Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to learn about Java frameworks and types. In Java, basically, we can derive two type of frameworks: invasive, non-invasive. Any framework that you develop mostly fall under these two categories: Struts, EJB, Servlet, Spring. Any application development using any framework, basically those frameworks fall under invasive or non-invasive framework. Let's look at invasive framework. In the invasive framework, basically there are some interfaces, classes we need to extend. Without that, we cannot develop the application in that framework. Suppose in the servlet you want to develop your own servlets, you need to implement those classes, implement those interfaces or extend those classes. Other way you cannot achieve the goals in that framework. So invasive frameworks are tightly coupled. Either you have to implement those interfaces or extend those classes. No other option. In the invasive frameworks, typically we can say a few things. Those are tight coupling, means those frameworks patterns either you need to extend the classes or implement the interfaces. Otherwise, you cannot continue, you cannot have your own implementations to achieve those features. And also, in the invasive framework, when you want to change the existing class or your code, it's very difficult. You need to have a lot of changes, lot of places. And also, learning will be little difficult if you compare to non-invasive framework. If I say invasive frameworks examples means EJB, starts or servlets. In this example, if you look at invasive framework, when the browser sends a request, when we hit the web server, in between we have the servlets. Basically, those servlets either we extend the generic servlet or implement servlet interfaces. That's the way only you can implement servlet implementations. Now look at non-invasive framework. This non-invasive framework in Java, typically we do not extend the framework classes or we do not implement framework classes directly. I mean to say, we do not extend classes, we do not implement the interfaces directly. And in the non-invasive frameworks, there will be less tight coupling. I would say loose coupling is more. So you can move the classes, replace the classes here and there very easily because we have no issues with the extends and implementation. We don't extend those classes, we do not implement those interfaces. And code changes are very minimal and very flexible. And learning curve is kind of little fast we can learn compared to invasive frameworks. Non-invasive frameworks are easy to learn. In I would say Spring framework is comes under non-invasive framework. In the Spring frameworks, we do not extend the framework classes, we do not implement the interfaces, Spring interfaces directly. If you look at the high level of this framework, we have all this core container and modules. I'm going to create one more video about Spring framework and its modules. So in the interview, if anybody asks the difference between non-invasive invasive framework means invasive frameworks tight coupling, non-invasive means loose coupling, means we can move the code very easily in non-invasive. In non-invasive, code changes are very minimal and easy to adapt the framework, and Spring comes under non-invasive. So mostly interviews they will ask these differences. If you can tell these details, that would be enough. So I'm going to create more videos about the Spring in future. Thank you.